Welcome to In Layman's Terms. In today's video, I will be revisiting my review of the Yamaha Aventage RX-A6A receiver. Just recently, Yamaha released firmware update 1.73 for the long-awaited, promised gaming features. This update includes the addition of variable refresh rate, VRR, and auto low latency mode, ALLM. I have owned this receiver for over a year now, and I have been patiently waiting for these gaming focused features to be unlocked. I feel that it's important to add that as of this firmware update, Yamaha still has quick media switching and quick frame transport on its promised to-do list. I'm running a Samsung 8K Neo QLED QN900A 85-inch on firmware 2001. At this stage in the video, the gaming consoles are directly connected to the TV and sound is passed through via eARC. Prior to this new firmware update, I was required to connect my gaming consoles directly to the TV in order to utilize AMD FreeSync Premium and auto low latency mode. For those of you new to the scene, allow me to provide a brief explanation of what eARC or Enhanced Audio Return Channel is. eARC enables the TV to send the audio out to an external device such as a receiver or soundbar. For example, if you are watching free-to-air TV, the TV's internal TV tuner will be generating the audio and video signals. So when using an external audio device, the TV will have a specific dedicated HDMI port that is used to forward the sound externally. Now that we have eARC covered, I'd like to discuss an issue I have experienced with this setup. A quick disclaimer. This issue may or may not be related to the receiver, as there are many links in the chain. However, the main issue is sound delay when using Dolby Atmos for games via eARC. In addition to that, a minor bug I consistently run into is no sound or sound pops, just like this. When it comes to audio delay with Dolby Atmos for games, I created a quick demo to showcase exactly how much of a difference of delay there is. I recorded a video using the shotgun from Halo Infinite in both Dolby Atmos for games and 7.1. I intentionally hit the trigger hard so I could use that sound to identify the trigger press and reaction time in order to compare them side by side. In Premiere Pro, I placed both sequences together and synchronized the shotgun blast. From that, I can easily identify the sound delay between the trigger pull and the reaction sound when switching between Atmos and 7.1. If you look carefully, you can see the peak at the beginning is the trigger being pulled, and then the space between the shotgun reaction. In this clip, you will hear both triggers being pulled at different times, but the shotgun blast is synchronized. Now it may not look like much, but believe me, during gameplay, it feels worlds apart. Now after installing the firmware update, I went ahead and connected my gaming consoles directly to the receiver. I wanted to spend a few weeks with this new configuration before I made this video, just so I could have enough time to potentially stumble across any issues. I am relieved to say that since the firmware update and directly connecting the consoles to the receiver, I have been pleasantly rewarded with Dolby Atmos for games with no noticeable lag. There have been no further issues with sound popping or stopping altogether, which is great. However, it's not all good news. One thing I have noticed is that now my TV takes twice as long to switch between display modes, such as loading into a HDR-enabled game or movie, or simply reducing the frame rate to 24 FPS for movies. That being said, I still cannot say for certain that it is the receiver. The only minor asterisk, to be fair, during the retesting of this receiver, Samsung decided to auto-update my 8K Neo QLED to firmware 2102. While on the subject, Samsung's 2102 update has dramatically improved the TV's picture quality. The blacks are much deeper. There is improved blooming control on top of what already was class leading, and very noticeable improvements in HDR movies. So unfortunately, just due to both the TV and the receiver applying firmware updates at the same time, I cannot definitively say the extended delay between changing display modes is now the receiver or the TV's fault. I will say that is something LG and their OLEDs have hands down on the Samsung. The OLEDs switch so quickly between display modes, and their implementation of HDMI CEC is much better, but that's for another video. One final thought. Since the Yamaha's firmware update, the one thing I have now lost is AMD FreeSync Premium. Yes, the receiver has 4 VRR, and I'm sure you can find lots of people online saying there is little to no difference. However, I still miss that nice FreeSync logo. I'm sure I can't be the only one, but when I pay for something, I want to know I'm getting every dollar out of it. I feel like I'm just missing out. My final thoughts on this receiver are great. I would highly recommend it, but keep in mind it's not perfect. It has incredible sound, advanced HDMI 2.1 functionality, and Yamaha has kept their word and delivered most of the promised functionalities so far. So wrapping up this video, I would definitely say that Yamaha has somewhat redeemed themselves. For us early adopters, we had to wait over a year to get the promised advertised features, so it's better late than never. If you can find the A6A on sale this year, I definitely think it's a good purchase for anyone looking for a solid receiver with enough channels for Dolby Atmos. Once again, I appreciate all the support in the comment section. I'm always around if you have any questions. Thank you to everyone for all your support. I'll see you on the next one. Until next time.